another episode of the Double Dose Podcast. Today you are definitely in for multiple treats. Absolutely. We have a very special trio of guests. They are my triplet girls, Dashria, Dania, and Daka. Welcome, girls. Welcome, girlies.
Hello.
Just for the sake of our audience, can we all introduce ourselves?
Okay, I'm Dania. I'm Dashria.
I'm Daka.
And which order were you born in?
I was first, second,
Third.
And does the way you were born actually reflect in your personalities? Are you the leader and the boss?
Yes. Okay, boss is a stretch.
Listen, I am the leader and the boss. Fun fact, when Losh was having triplets, I always said to everybody, guys, don't make the eldest the leader and expect her to run the entire family as I was made to do. And do you know what? They did exactly that. Am I right, Dash?
Yes.
The pressure is way too much, right?
She is very much the leader in the trio. But I'm saying, luckily for us, we don't have to take the stress, right?
Exactly. You can stress for all. You have enough stress for all.
Yeah, but like middle children and youngest children shouldn't work in a set of triplets, right? We treat it unfairly, Dashria.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So the funny thing about multiples, we have to tell you, is that no matter what, we are not treated equally. So my parents regard Resh as the oldest child.
Yes.
We treat Dash like she's the oldest child. There is that little bit of an
the
asterisk.
oldest child.
I mean,
But
but
there is a second.
between Resh and I, there is a 15-minute difference.
Yes.
And between my girls,
30
Dashria and Dania were born in the same minute at 9:30 a.m. and Daika was born at 9:31 a.m.
You are much younger.
Yeah.
Daika's baby. And they literally were very tiny babies. So a little bit about their birth history. They were born at 28 weeks at 860 grams, 920 grams, she was a giant, and 780 grams.
You
so
ate all the food, Dania.
all literally the size of our palm and very tiny, and stayed in ICU for a long time before they came home. But now we are a whole 17 years old.
And fun fact, my son Tashay is the same age. So wherever we went, there was Losh and I, which was twins, and then there was triplets and Tashay who looked like quads in our prams. So we literally looked like we were going around with multiples of multiples.
So I think the topic that's most interesting amongst us, because we are a niche population, right? People so often ask us, what's it like to be multiples? And what they don't understand is we don't know what it's like to be single kids, right?
Different. We don't.
So can you describe what it's like to be a multiple to the people that don't know?
It's the same as having siblings, but you share a birthday. That's literally the only difference.
Yeah, but it's nicer because our birthdays are like bigger because there's three of us.
Because
It
it's
has
three
to
of
be
us, so it's three
times the
friend
party.
groups. 3 different friend groups at one party. So every small party can't happen. It's not small.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
I think the nice thing about being a triplet is that if you're fighting with one, there's always another.
Yes.
So
Well, fun fact, Losh and I
We don't
never
fight.
fight.
No, that's a
Oh,
lie.
okay.
That's a lie.
We never ever fought.
That's a lie.
In all the years, 17 years, have you heard Auntie Losh and I have one fight?
No, we haven't heard
No,
your
we're not
fights,
talking-
but
not
back in
our
the day, I'm
lifestyle.
sure of what. I think
No.
I have
we
a
never
note on my
fought.
phone that I opened that I made of Losh and Resh fights.
What
That
was
I-
it?
I'm going to find it now.
Okay, please find it.
Please
Please
find
find
it.
it.
Exactly. You are lying.
So today, while we're chatting, we're having a fun activity of icing cupcakes. It's already baked, so we're just icing it. If all of you know, Dashia does own a business called Work by Dash. You can tell them about it while I bring the cupcakes.
okay, so I started the business at the end of grade 8 when I was 14. And yeah, I don't know, I bake cakes, cupcakes, pretty much anything.
Now you got
no
time. Let's just hold on. She makes it sound so basic. Dashia does not just bake cake. She makes the most amazing cakes. They are boutique level cakes. They are iced and decorated beautifully, but also they taste so yummy. So she couldn't leave Uncle Trevor to own a bakery on his own. She had to. That was our bread and butter, Dashia. So it's called Work by Dash. Please give her a follow on Instagram.
Don't play games. Don't play games.
A lot of our fights, we didn't say we didn't fight with Auntie Vash.
No, these are all the fights that I got. Let me read.
Okay.
Fighting with the brooms in the garage. I don't know what that was. I don't know why.
I don't know what that was.
No, that was a fun fight. It wasn't
That
a fight.
was a sword fight.
Yes, we were
With the
sword
brooms,
fighting,
but
but
with brooms.
we were sweet. We were like cleaning the garage or something, and we went. So it
Because
wasn't.
we also did chores growing up.
Yeah.
Do you all do chores?
Do you all do chores?
Questions like that.
Okay, but
What kind
But
of?
we didn't.
Let's change from the
we
fight
did
topic about chores.
But we didn't sword fight with brooms.
We didn't sword fight with brooms, you must say.
You want
No,
blue?
it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to start by coloring our icing. Little Resh.
Can I do
Too
pink?
much?
It's
No,
fine.
that's fine. Can I do pink?
No, did I?
Okay, disclaimer. Dashria and Losh are the bakers. Daika, Dane and I are the tasters. So.
I say we
Yes.
turn this into a
Can we have a challenge?
We
We
are
are
one
one
team.
team.
I'm taking Dashria and my team.
Sorry,
What color
babe.
do you want?
Any babe.
The orange.
Can you pass it to me?
Yeah, did I?
Yeah, well,
Oh. Why do we have an extra?
I don't know.
Never mind.
Because we do.
Oh, this
Why
one.
can't we have an extra Dashria?
But there's another color there. You want
Wait, Daga, did you do blue? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think the most,
orange?
what is the best part about being a multiple? Let's start there.
Our birthdays.
Yeah.
Birthdays.
I
We have
like
to give like an actual thing.
I'm gonna be cliche and say I like having best friends.
Don't be cliche.
So I must say I love that my kids had best friends because I never had to be the person playing the tea parties and playing with them because they always had friends. So that was great for me as well.
And having a single child, I was that person that was playing the tea parties with Miashka until she had a brother. But luckily she did have the triplet, so she don't also catch up. She was the only child for 3 years and then she had 4 friends. But when you have a single child, you do have to be the friend.
Yes. So what is the worst part about being a multiple?
I don't know.
I think
Let's start
identity.
from one side.
Not lack of identity. We're all 3 very different people.
I think with you girls, because you guys are so different, you all have more identity. Also, we are pros at being twins, so we made sure that you guys had individuality. Losh and I didn't really have individuality. We were just seen as an
the same
extension
person.
of each other.
Exactly. So I was very conscious of that, bringing the girls up, that I wanted them to know their strengths, not be compared to each other. So much so, girls, can somebody explain how reports went? When we got reports,
it was one at a time, individually, in her room. So like straight up to whenever we go home. And we always used to fight about who goes first.
yes,
Not
were
anymore.
Yeah, no, now it's
were you allowed to see each other's reports?
No.
Until you were old enough to show
Until
each
we were
other,
old
right?
enough
Now
to
we
speak
don't
it, but-
really.
So we always set goals for each other. We always set
child.
goals for each of the kids based on what their potential is. So all I wanted was for everybody to reach their goals and not worry about anybody else's. So we tried our best to make sure that everybody stayed individual. And
did
one
a
of
good
the
job.
ways we did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we're
Yeah.
very individual.
I think definitely very individual.
And growing up, I think the thing that stood up, because it's really hard as a parent to have individual time when you have multiples, even when you have many children. So when they were growing up, what we did was we ensured that every day was somebody's day. So when it was your day, you had a chance. The fight used to be to sit.
In the middle. To sit in the middle of the car. Now,
Which
none
is
of us
not
could
fair.
sit in the front seat like in our old house. When we were
Because we didn't allow you to sit in
Yeah,
front
because
seat.
we were small. So we all used to fight for the middle seat. Which is different now because nobody likes the middle seat now. We make Daga sit there.
So when it was your day, all the choices that you had to make for the day was made by you. So it was like the music in the car, the story to be read in the evening. And when I was cooking supper, only that one person was allowed in the kitchen with me so that we could have individual chats.
Yes. And speaking of that, and while we're baking, mom used to be the baker in the family
Yes.
for the longest time growing up. And she is who taught me all of the baking,
Yes.
everything.
Rashia loved it.
And then eventually, in like grade 6 maybe, I started baking and I started finding these random recipes online. But as I said this last week, I've never baked a bad thing in my life.
She
So,
hasn't, really.
And I think the other thing with baking is that some people actually just can't bake. No
Yes.
offense, but like
Yes.
it's not. I don't think it's something that.
Yes.
I
It's
can't
just,
bake.
don't fill your bags too full, girls.
Just yeah. Okay. Speaking to the people who can't bake.
Yeah.
For me, but the one day, Dashria had an order and she was so busy, and kind Auntie Resh decided to come and help her. Let me tell you, Dashria is a type A baker. She is pedantic.
I also
and
get that from her,
paper.
by the way.
Both of them. So by now you guys know I am the easy chill one and Losh is type A and Dashria is exactly like Losh. And every time I was helping, she was looking at me like, I said, Dash, do you want me to leave it? And she was like, yes, I think I can manage.
Yeah.
That is Dash.
If you're gonna measure something, measure it right at least.
No, I measured right. I was doing grass. I was actually on the cake.
Oh.
And you weren't happy with how my grass was coming out.
Girls, you are now in matric.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about how that is going?
It's going.
It's going, but whoever said that matric is revision of grade 11.
Lies.
Lies.
Nothing.
It's a lie.
Nothing
Biggest
is
lie I've
revision.
ever heard in my whole life.
Do you feel that it's the amount of pressure is more than what you anticipated?
Not
is it the same?
It's
What
the
do you
same,
feel?
but the more you put more pressure on yourself because you know what this year means for you.
Yeah.
So you put more pressure on yourself to do better.
Have you guys applied yet?
No.
I applied 2 bits and UKZN, and everything else opened like on Tuesday, but I haven't applied yet.
Okay, and NBTs? Have we booked NBTs?
Yes.
Yes.
When are you writing?
I'm writing 6th of July.
Are you writing on
With 7 days.
Oh, you didn't get the same day.
They
No,
chose
we
different
chose
days.
because I want to write after exams.
She wants to write before exams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I start icing?
And Daika is not writing
I'm not
NBTs
the
because
boss.
she decided to study in Durban, or you don't need it to study in Durban. So, Daika, we spoke about the people that watch the show know that you are doing online
Yeah.
and you girls are doing traditional school. So can we talk a little bit about the differences about online and traditional school? Daika, you can tell us what are the pros of online school?
So online, you need to be very self-disciplined. And for the people that works for, that's great. It didn't work for me. I have no self-discipline. So this year I've got a facilitator helping me with my schoolwork. And I am so much less stressed than I was in normal school. But it is much more self-management, as I said. But now that I've got someone helping me with that, it's great. It's going very good.
Okay,
I think we need to start from the beginning. So when the girls were in grade 8, they went to Danville, which is obviously a normal school. And then at what age did you decide that you were not coping at school?
So grade 10 was a hard year for me. I could not get out of bed most of the days. And it was at the end of the year I decided that, hey, this is not for me. I'm going to try online school.
So I think with Daika, the stimulation was a lot, and a big school with 200 learners per grade is a lot of stimulation for a child that can't manage that much of stimulation. And when we as a family looked at schooling options, we thought homeschool would be a much better fit. But having done 1.5 years of homeschooling, what is your advice to moms, Losh?
I do think that you need to consider the child. Daika is much happier online schooling than a traditional schooling, but at the same time, I don't think you can leave it just to the child. It's a lot to expect somebody to do it all on their own.
Yeah.
So my advice is to do it with a facilitator, or maybe even in a small school environment. There are support centers that you can go to, would be a better fit.
I think, as an aunt who is like a mom, we tend to romanticize homeschooling. It sounds like an alternative, it sounds like an easy fix for if you don't want to pick up, drop off, you think it's so simple, but it is 10 times harder. So I think our advice is explore if your child can manage in mainstream. Don't think because there's so many homeschooling options, it is necessarily easier. There is beautiful options and it's definitely a fit for a child that is not coping. But first explore what support they can get in mainstream.
Yes.
I think that's our
Daika,
take home.
It is very isolating, right, Dax?
It is.
So it is difficult because you are alone without somebody to talk to for every day, most of your day.
Yeah. That's
So-
the one. That's the worst part about it.
How do you feel about like in everyday life, the Dashria and Danaya are in the same group, so whatever happened in school, they will have to fill you in.
It gets sad sometimes.
Yeah.
And how did you manage to keep your friend group and your friends alive?
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. And the thing is that my friends are busy this year as well. So
everybody's in
because everybody's busy all the time, it's very isolating.
Yeah.
But I'll be fine.
The thing about being a triplet is that luckily you still have sisters.
And I still have my sister's friends.
And you have your sister's friends, so you do have still quite a big social group, luckily.
I did that.
Very good.
Wow.
Dania.
You know.
So I think exploring.
What's happening?
I don't know. You're not. What is going on?
Why?
Oh, I think I look like that.
What?
No, it's because, guys, your icing is a little bit melty.
No, but why is it going
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
top?
this was my one fail. But
But
then
tell you, I
succeeded.
am the taster. I am not the icer. But look how beautifully iced these are. But
why
is
is
your
your
icing coming out the top of your bag? Because I filled it up a bit too much.
But I told you not to do that.
But you're too late though, to do that. It was already full. Alrighty.
You do you.
So, Dashri and Dania, what do you think the advice you would give people on how to be productive and how to cope mentally about matric, how to plan writing exams, what works for you? You are very different in the way that you
Yeah,
study.
no, we are very different.
So, can we go one at a time?
Okay, then I'll go.
Well, I study by writing notes religiously. I write notes for everything, and then every exam season I rewrite the notes. Dashriya,
Personally, I think that's a waste of time.
yeah, she
Well,
does.
it's not a waste of time. It just doesn't work for me. I do like active recall, so on Quizlets, I just make Quizlets for every topic, for every subject.
That's
And
what
that-
Nia does as well.
Yeah, that's just what works for me.
Guys, what do you think what support do you think moms need to give? I know with the Shay, he always says,
What? It looks like Mike was asking.
guys, you know what? I am just eating my cupcake. Dashriya, she's finding faults with me, guys. So like really, I am just going to eat my cupcake. Look at her bag. Wow.
What happened? Oh.
That judgment to the maximum, yeah.
Doesn't
no,
even
but
remind
now-
me of Mike was asking.
What was the question?
No, so what support would you want from
Tisha
her?
always says to me when what do you want? Babe?
Oh, don't tell me to study.
Oh, okay.
Tisha always says to me that, Mom, when you tell me to study, it just gets on
You
my
don't-
nerves,
no.
and I don't want to study.
Don't.
So as
That's
much as you
me.
say, son, why don't you go study, and
No.
that can just set him off. So
It's
what
really
do you
irritating.
support? Do you think you guys need from us?
With that, I mean, I'll be getting ready to study and I'll be like in the mood and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Then Losh will come in and she'll check and she'll be like, are you studying? Then I'm gonna say, no, I'm not gonna study now. Now then I'm gonna have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, that.
Don't do that.
Why is that?
Why do you do that? Don't ask. I will do it. You don't worry. I will do it.
Okay,
Moms
can
don't
we
worry.
just
Don't
say
worry.
trick moms?
Okay.
Because can I also say that we did not get a manual? Nobody said to us, guys, your children are in matric. This is what you should do.
Don't,
We are trying.
don't look at them, don't talk to them.
Don't ask them.
Don't
Have you
ask
started
them.
studying?
No, don't ask us. That's like a big. Don't ask them that.
I think
Even if
it
they didn't
depends.
start, they're gonna lie to you if they didn't start.
What's that, guys?
I think it depends on what. I think you need to ask. You need to ask.
Okay,
Yeah,
Dada, can I ask you if you like to study, if you'd like to study, and then after that come back in and then go, did you start studying?
No, I mean you need to ask why. You need to ask specifically your child. Look,
Would you like
what I'm
support?
doing isn't working. What would work for you?
Yeah.
And try work on it together
Okay.
instead
I hear
of
that.
assuming.
Because it's also that some kids maybe need to be asked.
Like today I was speaking to my best friend Kamsha and she says she feels she needs to put that pressure on Connor to work.
Yes,
And I'm like, well, she doesn't like that pressure. So you're right. I do think children are individualized.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm saying for a mom to have kids in matric and not say, are you studied? Have you
No.
studied? How much have you
Oh.
finished? How much more? I'm still doing it with me at varsity level, so it's a bit hard to step back.
No,
So-
but you never really did. Oh, when you didn't do that.
No.
I don't know.
He
I
doesn't
didn't
ask
know
me
that.
if I studied.
I can do it. It'll get done. That's all I know. It'll get done.
Hey, you made one just like mine and you are picking on mine.
I didn't make one like
The
that.
green one is melting the fastest,
I
just to
disagree.
let you know.
Hey, the green one. So
The
you're
melting the
picking on
fastest.
me when you gave me the bad icing.
Look at mine.
Lovely,
I'm gonna
guys.
make one with
Very
minimal
lovely.
icing because
I don't think so. You want to?
So one thing I can tell you what matric moms can do, because from the time my children go to school,
yes, hello.
They message me about what?
Food. Oh my! At 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm
At
messaging
8
Mom on
o'clock in the
WhatsApp.
morning, I'm just getting to work and I'm like, Mom, can you cook mutton curry?
No,
Can
but
you
see
cook?
now.
And these two actually will message me like within 10 minutes of each other, asking for different things.
It's mostly done.
It is mostly.
It is mostly done.
But you can't. Like I'm.
In fact, she sends me Instagram reels of recipes to
But
make.
you don't.
Yes, I live to cook. I go to work to think about what am I going to cook for my children today, and that's what I'm going to do.
But you should.
Miashka also think there's like a gourmet chef at home because she'll send me like fried rice, sushi, something. And said, this will be nice for supper.
The crispy rice.
Yes, the crispy,
But
yes,
I
that one.
But like we in school for like 6 hours, and all we
But you just left home when you're calling me.
Yeah, but nobody has breakfast in this day and age. No, you'll never find a high school child who eats real breakfast.
Also remember,
My
that-
children don't eat breakfast.
Exactly.
Yes, no, they
Nobody
don't.
has time for breakfast in the morning.
But
you just have to
you're
move.
not so hungry that early.
Yeah,
Or
at
I'm
like
not.
6 o'clock in the morning, you're not gonna want to eat. So when you get
So
there,
let's talk about food at 6 o'clock in the morning. Or by 8.
Okay, let's talk about the sisters. Who's the best cook?
About you?
See, okay, wait.
See, but
Wait
who
now.
won the
She won already. She won already.
Don't be traitor,
Just tell them. Just tell them.
No. But you all eat the food.
No, but see, we do eat our food
But
every
we
day,
eat
but
hot
not
food.
say
But
her.
I don't ever
But you
tasted anything of mine that was not good.
No.
See.
Hey, you
See.
called me for my pasta recipe.
See, we did. We
Hey,
did.
what my stew?
But how many times you'll eat her food and how many times you'll eat Uncle Fred's food?
Yeah, because I
But
told
isn't
you
they
I
one and
married
the same?
one. We are one and
They
the
want
same.
the same.
We are one and the same. Okay, wait. I've got some questions, right?
Things are very untidy here. I'll just move out of the kitchen.
Just like Shreya.
Okay, so we got some questions for you to answer on Auntie Losh and on Mom and I, right? Who is the fun mom and
Yes.
who is the did you do your homework mom?
You are the. Did you do your homework? No,
You are the fun
You
mom.
got.
You
You've gotten
did your
better.
homework.
Yes.
You got it much
You're
better.
fun now.
Back in the day, you were like,
Yes. So you.
I 100%. Guys, you don't have to mollycoddle. Just tell them I'm the
no,
fun mom.
no, she's the fun mom.
Yeah,
Easy,
yeah.
Okay,
easy.
can we just detract and tell them about the excursion story?
Oh.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes,
no,
Losh was
no,
that
no,
mom. Losh was that mom. If you're a teacher, you don't want her to be children to be in your class.
So
you
when
know?
my kids, when the girls were in grade R, and they were asked to go for their first excursion to Ushaka,
Yes.
I got the slip and I said no. Then the principal calls me to tell me, please can you send the girls? I said, I'm not really comfortable. She says, you can drive them. So I said, okay. Assuming that all the other moms are driving, like there's quite a few
Okay,
moms
wait,
like me.
hold on. Can I just start that Losh's fear when she had triplets was that someone is going to break into the house. Naveen obviously got called, right? So she was left with 3 girls. Before that, when Naveen got called, Losh came and stayed at my house. Because obviously Mia was the baby there, and then she always came to spend time with Miashka. And then she had her own children, so she had to keep quiet and stay in her own house. And then she had a fear that if somebody broke into the house, she won't be able to carry 3 babies and run with them.
I should practice carrying the 3 of them actually. I could do it for a very
Yeah.
short period of time.
Paranoid much?
Yeah, I was paranoid. I also struggled to have you all, so I was that mom.
Yes.
So
You surprised me.
You know, our door had a
Hence
lock in it.
fun mom right here.
We had an alarm.
I know, but I was
I
like,
already called the police.
I'm over it now. Please steal my children.
Granddad was
Joking.
Granddad lived like 2 seconds away.
Yes.
So anyway, I drove the kids to Shaka, and my 3 kids literally hung on to my dress.
Yeah.
Never really joined the rest of the excursion, and that was how the excursion went. But literally all of the other kids were like in a straight line, listening to instructions. They were amazing. So on the second excursion, they said, please can you come on the bus this time? So I was here, mom on the bus, only mom. Again, no other moms came on the bus, it was just me.
Who would do that?
But the third excursion, they actually asked me, please can you not
Don't
come?
come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I let go.
Yes.
Except for the fact that for our first overnight excursion, she sent a message to the teacher to say, please don't let the triplets sleep on the top bunk.
No. Yes.
I did, but also because there was a child that had a head injury because they fell on the top
Five
bunk.
years later. 5 years later, someone fell off the top bunk.
But I didn't want it to happen to my children.
We weren't.
No,
we weren't
guys, you have to tell them the Santa story.
No,
So,
we can't.
I only found this out like last year.
For the children that believe in Santa, switch off now.
Yes. Yeah. Spoiler
Just go
alert.
away.
switch off
Spoiler,
now.
yes. So my friend, I was talking to my friend and I was saying something about Santa, we met in grade 4. And she told me that my mom sent a message on the mom's grade group chat to tell all the other moms to tell their children, don't tell the triplets that Santa isn't real because they don't know. So everyone in the whole grade knew that
Wait,
we didn't
how
know.
old were you all? Okay, remember, this is the Shay's cousins. The Shay is street smart and savvy. He figured out there was no Santa, but was playing it cool and acting like there was Santa to get presents, right?
I mean, who doesn't want to believe in Santa? But the
believing in
longest time,
Santa-
I tried to make your childhood as magical as possible.
No, but how old were you?
We were
Okay,
like
we were eight.
9 or 10.
9 or
Grade
10.
4, we were 10. Oh no, grade 4.
We were 9,
We
10,
were
10.
9.
Now that's a hard.
No, wait.
That's
Believing in
dumb as
Santa-
children.
But was your childhood magical?
But believing in Santa made Christmas so much better. Now Christmas is still nice, but I mean back in the day when you believed
That's
in
what
Santa,
I and I think I was very smart because then you guys can go into your story after this because you know what story I'm gonna say.
Oh, I know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
I used to make Santa sign my cards. I put a place for Santa to sign my cards because if Santa's not real, then how is he gonna sign the cards?
We can sign.
that's how I found out about
Yeah.
Santa because
Signature.
she
was a mom.
mom practiced on the shopping list that goes on the fridge. How like Santa's signature, and she signed the shopping list and she left the shopping list on the fridge.
Let me tell
so
you
then
what's
I'm walking in the kitchen Christmas morning now. I open my presents. I'm walking in the kitchen. I look on the fridge and Santa signed the fridge. Now I'm telling mom, why did Santa sign our fridge? What is going on? So the mom's like, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. And then eventually I figured
So you know
it
how
out.
the Shay found out about Santa? For one Christmas, Santa bought him a cricket set, and Santa left the price tag on, which was cotton on. It was a cotton on cricket set, and he's like, "Why would you leave it on? Because obviously Santa is not going to buy it from cotton on. Santa has a factory. Santa has a factory." I said to him, "Santa supplied cotton on." Okay.
Yes,
Next
next
question. Do you believe that we have twin telepathy?
YouTube.
Telepathy.
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 That. Do
Okay.
you think we have that?
Yes.
You wore the
you
same
do.
outfits a few times. When
Yeah,
you walked
a
in,
lot of
walking
times.
very
Well,
nice.
let's tell you about our pregnancy story, right?
Oh.
So when I was pregnant with Miashka,
She felt it.
I was just pregnant. I was just married. Yeah. Okay. That's
Newly
not
married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was pregnant with Miashka, Losh had just gotten married. No signs of trying to have any babies.
No.
Navian was still studying and specializing, and Losh had taken 3 pregnancy tests, which she was convinced that she was pregnant.
I was nauseous and miserable,
and it was because I was pregnant.
and she hadn't told anybody.
Yes, it was still very early, so I hadn't told everybody. And she had every single symptom of my entire pregnancy, from carpal tunnel to sciatica
You can
to
get carpal tunnel from being pregnant.
yeah, you
Yes,
do
you
sometimes.
can. Yeah.
Oh no.
So like I'll phone her and she says, I don't know why I have this pain. And I'm like, it's carpal tunnel, it's the pregnancy pain. So she literally had every single symptom. Funny thing is, Uncle Prevan as well. What? Uncle Prevan had sympathy pain for every single thing.
He did.
And then when I had Miashka, they allowed mom in. They were so fascinated about the fact that we were both twins. So Uncle Prevan was there and she was there, and then I had Miashka normal delivery. And
No,
then,
firstly, Uncle Prev had a paper cut.
oh yes.
So the
Then
nurse,
you all know Uncle Prevan, so you can imagine.
now he had a paper cut, so the nurse, there's no plasters in maternity. A plaster won't help anybody in maternity. So the nurse left the room while Auntie Resh was in labor
Yes.
to go look for a plaster for Uncle Prev.
Yeah. Which there wasn't. He came up with those things that they...
Offsite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, once I had Miashka, nobody gave her to me. Here's Uncle Prevan, Auntie Losh taking a picture, mom taking a picture. Here's your mom, Prevan taking I was the last one to carry Miashka.
That is true.
Firstly, that will never happen for the two of you. Secondly, if you'll give me your
Will you
siblings
allow
and
your
your-
sisters in when you have
Yes,
giving
I
birth?
will.
You will.
There's too many of you.
Yeah, no, but you can't say no.
Oh, this was the thing that Taneha got really angry with me.
I got
She asked me, like, in the future when I'm pregnant, would I tell her first or would I tell mom and dad first? And I said mom and dad. She got so angry
you can't
with
do
me.
that.
Why?
You have to tell us first, then you tell them.
Why?
That's just how it goes.
Who is your go-to? Each other
Who did you
or
tell
me?
first?
You. I feel no. Actually, it depends on you.
Who did you
My
tell
situation was a bit different.
first? Okay, who did you tell first?
She.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
See,
My situation
tell me
eventually
first.
when I
Yes.
was pregnant.
I would tell.
wouldn't tell you
Sina.
first.
No, I'm just not going to tell you.
rude.
That's so mean.
I would tell you first.
Yes. No. I think I deserve to know. I give birth to you.
No, so I'm saying you will know. Don't worry. You
Okay,
will
do
know.
you three have triplet telepathy?
No. No.
Well, there was this
No.
one time.
Sometimes, like we're
There was,
like.
there was this one time we were standing outside in primary school waiting for granddad or someone, and then these grade 7s came up to us and they're like, "Are you guys the triplets?" And we at the same time said yes, and we just kept on answering at the same time, not planned, not anything, and we just kept on answering at the same time.
I mean, that
It was
happens
so
quite often.
weird.
That
Yeah.
happens often.
Yeah. But what was I saying? I was going to say something. I forgot now. Now I forgot.
Sorry.
Something about telepathy.
Yes.
Oh, I said we don't. We're not really interlinked like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's our first driving lessons. We all wore red without knowing. Like that's the extent of
Yeah, it
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
go
Like we'll wear the
too
same
far.
color or like the same outfit in different fonts.
Yes.
But that's the extent of it.
How is your driving going?
We haven't driven in a while because it keeps raining.
Yeah,
But I'm a great driver, I have to say.
Really?
Good for
Really?
you. I have
Yeah.
to say.
Speed limit.
Yes.
Do you?
I stick to everyone else's speed limit.
What is your speed
On the-
limit?
I
Mom was
first
saying you're
was saying-
speeding when you're
No,
going 25.
I will, no.
If
I
the
was
speed
dri-
limit
no,
is 60
no,
and
no,
you are learner
no,
driver, you should drive 40.
No, I was driving at 60 on the road right here. I was driving
That is
at
speeding.
60. That is
No,
how you're
it's
supposed
not.
to drive.
No, it's not. It's
Thank you.
she's a
I want to
learner
drive with
driver.
you in the car.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive with her.
That's
in the
why I
car.
told her driving
can't.
so early.
Yeah, I can't. No, 60 is fine.
I told Mom I'll teach her to drive. She didn't trust me.
Oh, I would say.
Okay, so Ajiresh and I did an interview recently, and people were talking about how we teach religion to kids in this day and age.
YouTube.
YouTube?
The YouTube videos.
So, can you tell them what? Yeah, how did we go?
On the morning in Diwali, we used
Or
to
any
watch.
prayer.
Or any prayer. We used to watch the video explaining like why the prayer was happening or why Diwali was happening. Those like
It was an
cartoon-
animated-
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was
that
quite
was
useful.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
useful.
And then, did you all fast from the time you were young?
No.
Well, we only started.
we
started
started in grade
fasting
6.
Grade 6.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was grade
Okay.
6.
We didn't.
Because you don't fast for us, you fast for God. So we waited until you all wanted to fast and you understood why you were fasting.
Yeah.
So now, will you break your fast?
No.
No. It's like when our friends say like, oh, my mom said I can break my fast.
Even like
Like, are you
the
fasting for your
eggs.
mother or for God? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, your mother said, yeah, that's fine, break your fast. But I'm also saying, like, like you're fasting for a reason. It's not, our fasting is not that hard, let's be honest.
Yeah,
We just
exactly.
don't have to
Yeah.
be vegetarian.
Although Tashay is saying that he would rather like not eat the whole day and eat meat at the end of the day. Like dry fast,
Okay.
like a Muslim fast.
Okay. I would not.
Yeah.
No, the shade is just not a vegetable person.
He's not a
Yeah,
vegetable
he's not
person.
a
He kills
I
me
can
at
eat.
fasting
I can
day.
eat vegetables happily.
What do you eat in vegetables, Dania? Because I know you don't eat potato curry. No, you eat
I
potato
do
curry.
eat
You
see.
don't eat dal and rice.
I don't eat dal and rice. That's
Like
true.
who doesn't eat dal
The
and
only
rice?
children in the world that
yeah,
don't eat dal and rice.
Yes. We don't eat. We eat everything else. We don't eat.
Speak for yourself.
we just not.
I got
No,
textile
Daika is
shoes.
very bad.
Yes, yeah. Daika is bad.
Daika is very bad.
Yeah.
I really like salads. I would eat a salad any day. Really, I do like salads. They give me joy.
So, do you consider yourself religious, spiritual?
I'd say we're religious to an extent.
No, I'd say we're
Like,
pretty.
yeah, we're pretty religious.
yeah.
I mean, we don't go to the temple every week, but
No.
like we're religious,
Okay.
and then like we will pray before every single exam. We'll pray before at home.
Yeah.
Then we'll be praying before we write the exam. Then we'll be praying after. Then
You'll be
praying
playing
before
the
we
prayer
get
music in the
paper.
car?
It's mainly I take
Yes.
in exams. I take a Saraswati pendant and I put it on a necklace and then I wear it. Because I'm like, if Saraswati is looking at the paper, we both are looking, we both are seeing. Maybe.
I bought you a Saraswati bracelet.
Yes, see.
We can't wear that.
We can't wait. We can put it on our pencil case. or
You can put it in your
something.
pencil
We're not
case.
sure.
Okay.
Do you think that you are superstitious, Dashria?
Yes, I'm very superstitious. There's a lot of things. Like, I have a pen that I have to write exams with.
Because if you don't write with it, what will happen?
Fail, obviously.
Yeah, can we start with your dad? Where you got this from?
Yeah, it's his pen. It's not the pen, the type of pen. So he was saying, I was like, okay, that's a good idea. Like, if it worked for you, who has 4 degrees, like, and since that was like grade 10, So since then, I've been writing. But my maths teacher, this was, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I was writing a maths test. And she goes, I sit right in front of her. So sometimes she'll talk to me during the test. She goes, Dashaya? I said, yes. She said, I don't think you can write with that pen during finals. Why? What do you mean? And then I low-key was going to cry, but then I couldn't cry because I was writing maths test. But don't have the exam. I'm writing with it anyway.
Yeah, Naveen is quite superstitious.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think as a Hindu mom, it's really difficult to teach kids about Hindu scriptures and philosophy, right? Because when I researched the stories before each major prayer, whether it's Lord Ganesha prayers or Shivaratri, the story is always so gruesome.
Yes.
So I think what Losh and I have always done is we filtered down. We kind of split it up, we simplify it, and even when it comes to
Explain
rituals,
what each deity is for.
yes. And we've made it simpler.
Yes.
And I think going forward, that's what Hinduism needs to do, is make it simpler, de-ritualize it, and that's how it's going to go on for the next generation.
We never insisted that our kids understand and sing all the bhajans, because I think singing in a language that you don't understand is not actually praying, it's bahating something. So I would rather them think and pray in English, in a language that they understand and know what they're praying for, than knowing all of the religious songs.
My children know all the religious songs.
Yeah.
So it's all relative.
Prevan's music is bhajan.
Prevan's musical choice is bhajan, so we do know the songs.
Yeah.
We did it right. We don't let dad connect in the car.
Yeah. Not that dad listens to
Not that dad doesn't
Dad is
buy
stuck
this,
in the 80s.
But in
Yes.
general, he plays really old songs, and we just
That's
like,
what,
we'll be going to someone's birthday and we'll be playing a song no one knows, and it's just killing the vibe. So we don't let him. Yeah, but he's the only one in the youth.
But do you not know 80s and 90s music now? Because I know all your dad's
we know
songs.
some. We like some of them are just.
We were
like,
talking
what's-
to our other cousins, our dad's brother's children. They both have the same
Music
music
taste.
Yes.
So they were saying that their dad, it was some old song that was playing in the restaurant. They were saying that their dad plays this music in the car. And we were like, that's your first mistake.
You let
We
your
don't
dad
allow play the music in the car. We don't have that problem.
Okay, guys, talking about dads, you guys are 17 going on 18. What would your dad say if you had to tell him you had a boyfriend?
He won't allow the boy near the house.
Unless we're getting married.
The estate,
Unless you get married?
unless you are of age.
He
to
said
get
of
married.
age. Who says of
Who
age?
says
in
of
this
age?
thing?
What is the age to
Of
get
it,
married?
I don't know.
He didn't tell us.
I don't know.
He didn't tell you that part.
He didn't tell us the age to get married, but he said that boyfriends are not allowed near the house, as in they can't enter the estate. They're not allowed, so they can't pick you up. Nothing. They're not allowed. Yeah.
You will
They
meet him.
No, he doesn't want to meet them.
You can
Oh,
go
okay.
out in a group.
We can go out in groups.
Okay.
You can't really. They're just not allowed.
And you
near
can't
the
put them
house.
on any social
No, you
media.
can't. Yeah, they mustn't exist. They must exist, but they can't exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he didn't say no.
He doesn't say no. He
He just gives rules.
yeah.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
And when he eventually does
No,
meet
he
him,
wants to know. He just doesn't
When
know
he
anything.
Okay.
he said when he eventually has to meet a boyfriend eventually, he's gonna recreate the bad boy scene. Now I don't know what the scene is. Apparently,
he and Uncle Trevor have been practicing it.
what? Well, I don't know. I've never seen.
I also-
don't know
I-
what's bad boy.
It's like, so it's when the guy comes in and Martin Lawrence opens the door and he asks, what is the guy's name in Bad Boy? What is that?
Reggie.
Reggie comes in and he's like, who you?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's kind of like, bring the gun. He's telling Will.
It's we have to actually make them watch that scene.
You have to watch it to understand
Yes.
the scene.
My only experience with dad and all of that stuff was when I was in grade 1.
Okay, wait. Can we just say, can you imagine this double dose of parents? You have to listen to Rashmi's story.
I was in grade 1, and there was this boy who was my friend. Space friend. But then one day, he came to me on the field, and he had pearl earrings, like in a box. And he got down on one knee on the field,
Grade
and
1.
he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Grade 1, you had big styles.
The earrings didn't have
Apparently-
screws in the back.
Yeah, but that's
Stole his mom's earrings, but never mind.
So, I think I said yes because the whole day I was going to every teacher saying, "Look at the earrings that this boy got me!" Like, and all the teachers were like, "Oh." And then later in the car, we were sitting in the back seat, and Dad was driving us home, and we were probably whispering about it.
Obviously, whispering loudly.
Somehow, he figured out what we were talking about, and he got so angry. I don't really remember that one. It was long
Then he
ago.
phoned me and said, "This is ridiculous, and is this the way the school behaves?" And I actually had to go and speak to the boy and said that Dashia's dad said she's not allowed to have a boyfriend until
He made
she's
me give the earrings
16.
back.
And she had to give the earrings back.
In Dad's defense, we were 6.
But
Yes,
but
okay.
again, and this is coming from a boy's mom, right? Who bought Valentine's presents for all his friends in when he was 6, 7, because he always had a bestie friend, right? And we bought little Lindt chocolates, and it was cool. Now I always say Losh's house comes from a house of girls, and how mean to that poor boy.
Wait,
How
that's
you
not
broke his heart.
That's not the mean part. Wait. So, yeah, so I had to give the earrings back. Then, mom comes to school to talk to this 6-year-old boy.
Yes.
And
You're not allowed to talk to other children.
No, I was very kind to him.
the
Then
earrings back.
Then we said, okay. Then we said you have to give the earrings back.
Yes, so I gave the earrings back. But then it was,
He
I don't know, a
bought
few
you?
days later,
Yes.
he bought me a chocolate from the tuck shop.
Shame.
And I'm like, chocolate, like, thank you.
And you were going to go on your first overnight excursion.
Yes, so you must know how she was with the Ushaka excursion.
Yes.
She was worse with the overnight excursion.
Yes.
I have
So-
no doubt.
He tells, I don't remember this, she remembers this. I didn't know this story till I don't know when. But he told me that he bought me a chocolate now, and if I take the chocolate, then he'll kiss me on the overnight.
So her dad said she's not allowed to go on the overnight. No. I can't. The plot thickens, exactly. So I had to go to school and tell the boy, Dad, Dashia's dad said she's not allowed to have a boyfriend until she's 16. So if you wait for her until she's 16, then maybe she can be your girlfriend. At 16, did he check on you?
No, I
You
don't
see, he didn't have good staying power. Dash
Yeah. He wasn't in for the long. He wasn't in for the long run.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay.
So we were on the Mommy Club Sugar and Spice. Let us talk about our decision-making process as a family and how we decided to go about it. Daika?
Okay, talking about religion,
You can
let's
see
tell
Daika.
when we got.
We were at the temple because we were giving milk for what was it, Kavadi? We were giving milk for Kavadi. We were at the temple, and at the temple we got the message that they wanted us for the show. Now we all said it's a sign from God.
Yes, we did.
All of us, Resh and Losh, both got the message at the same time. We said no, it's a sign from God. We're in the temple. We have to do it now. That's basically that was our decision. Before they didn't want to do it. It wasn't like
Were you for the show?
at the start I was for it.
Dash was for the
For
show.
the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was for the
You?
show from the
I was
second.
like,
You were in.
I was actually with I was with my mentor, and we were in her office, and she was the one who told Mom, hey, there's these people who want me, but I said I don't want to do it. Why don't I introduce you to these set of twins? And they were asking. They really wanted them on the show. They kept on saying, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
And eventually
Yeah.
we got to the call at the temple, and we're like, okay, they've asked a million times.
Yeah, that's how it went down.
yeah, I wasn't okay. At first I was like, yeah, this is a great idea. Then I thought about it too much. Then I was thinking too much. I was like, no, this is like dumb. Let's actually not do this. Then eventually I was like, you know what? You only live once, might as well do it. And then we did it.
Any regrets?
No,
No.
it was so
No.
much fun. if
It
I'm
was
being
very
honest.
fun.
Yeah?
How did your fellow friends and the girls at school react and people in general
well,
to you guys? Did you all get like a
so-
lot of
We all told only our closest friends before it got announced.
Right.
So all our closest friends were ecstatic, jumping up and down. They were all screaming. They were excited and they were so happy. Like our extended friends, we didn't tell them. So it got announced and posted.
And people
when we
were
in
like-
London. So we are now on the train in London. We are trying to post everything to make sure, we're trying to post all the pictures that are coming out. And then my friends, I don't know. I don't really remember. I don't think they were, because I didn't get to see the reaction in real life, and I don't know if it clicked for them. But
Yes.
they weren't.
Yeah.
I didn't get like a straight up But I got. They
Like,
were like
oh,
happy.
oh
about
my
it.
God.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
God. But like
I got
they
a few
knew
people
about it by the
messaging
time
and saying,
they
oh
got
my
back.
god. But
Yes.
yeah, I think afterwards, everyone was like super excited. Like, we used to watch the show in class
Yes.
when it came out because not everyone has Showmax. So we used to watch it on my iPad in class.
Yes.
But
See, but why were you watching it in class?
Yeah, you see.
during grades, during
Yeah.
grades, during grades.
Yeah.
Some fake friends got, you could
A little
see them,
touchy on it.
but
Which happened across the age group,
Yeah.
right? It happened to us
I
as
must
well.
say, I think that was the biggest shock of the show. Like I've had people that just didn't mention it. Like it was such a big thing at the time, and people that were very close
Didn't
to me
acknowledge it.
didn't acknowledge that I was on a show. People that I've seen every day,
Yes.
never acknowledged it. And it was just odd. But then I realized maybe those people are better not chatting about that aspect of your life, and I could segregate. So in the long run, I've learned to compartmentalize. But it does shock you because you walk in and you think that's what people are going to talk about.
It's not like I don't need you to come tell me that I'm on a show. I don't need, like, don't come tell me, oh my God, you're on a show. But if I tell you, don't like ignore what I'm saying.
And I think if the
very
tables
different
were
reactions,
turned, and if anybody was on like an actual TV show, we would be excited. We wouldn't look at that person and not comment like, oh my God,
That is
you're on a
amazing.
show. Even if you didn't happen to watch it, if you've just seen the trailer or you saw it on social media, we would still comment and be excited for that person. I think that is where the difference comes from.
But some people just want as ecstatic, but it's not that they want.
It doesn't
happy.
really matter.
It's that it didn't make a difference in their life. And they were like, okay, that happened, good, but like it didn't really.
So also, as the show started, we started to see social media, and all of you are on social media. So you started to see that people comment and people say nasty things.
People are bad.
How did you react to it? Because I know everybody had different reactions, right?
So we were...
So when you're reading comments, particularly about Auntie Resh and I, how did you feel? And did you feel the urge to react, not react? How did you do? We'll start, Dax.
Well, I was upset by it, obviously, but I never had the urge to react to it, because why do that? I don't really see...
That opinion didn't matter to you.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me because I know what I know.
Deshay, what about you?
Well, I didn't react.
You didn't.
It made me angry.
Yes.
Because it's like...
You really would have loved to react.
I would have loved to react. I just didn't.
In her mind, she had all the comments that she would say.
On our family group, Deshay would write out
What
a
you would
very
say.
emotive message of what you would say. Knowing Deshay is the quietest, not the quietest, but she would not upset anybody. So she would never really voice that opinion. But this is what she would have liked to say.
Yes. It's just that, like, most of the bad comments are just making assumptions when they don't actually know anything. That's what makes me angry about it.
I chose not to read the comments.
I never read the comments.
Not to get Twitter, I chose not
got
to
Twitter
read
just
comment
to read the
sections
comments.
because I knew if I read it, I would reply very fast. I just knew. If I even
So Dania, when we were speaking about comments, you actually didn't know what we were talking about.
I didn't know what they were talking about, and I also told them to stop reading the comments. So it's not going to help you in any way. And all these people who are saying things don't know what they're talking about.
They don't know you personally.
They don't
What was the other comment last week that I was so triggered by? And I wanted to respond. Oh yes, please check.
Someone said that you don't have a job.
You don't have a job or something.
Yes, what did they say? And one of the other things triggered me. That triggered me, right? And I was going to write something. Okay, Dania, you have the chat. Just check. And Daika was the one that convinced me.
We said don't.
Yeah. Both of you
mustn't respond.
Yeah.
We don't respond either, but I don't. Yeah.
And listen,
Responding
I know
gives it energy.
Yeah.
And you don't
respond,
want to
but
give
for
it
some
energy.
reason, I think
really
because
got
our
to
work, that really got to me. Because like sometimes I don't know how we do the things we do. We work really hard.
Oh, here's it. Okay. This guy said, ladies, you all are so embarrassing, like sick people who have no work.
Oh yeah.
And that was in response to our Radio Lotus interview.
Yeah. So Vasa. So Vash and Sukan posted that reel of Losh and I on doing the Radio Lotus interview, which I thought was such a good interview, right? Because that's where we brought up the topics of religion and mothering and working, and it was like all good topics. It wasn't any shallow topics, and that was the comment.
Yeah. I don't know why, if I'm being honest, you all have gotten worse comments.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we have
I think when you work so hard and somebody tells you get a life,
you don't
work.
Yeah.
That was a trigger for me.
It's also like they think you have no job.
It was like
it's
that.
on the show that you both are OTs.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
So talking about the show, Daika, your poem and your episode was, we were not prepared for the attention that it got and the number of messages and DMs that we got. How did you feel about it? And maybe you can just give us some advice for any kids that are struggling, what you would like to tell them.
Well, I've always known, since I was young, I've always known that I want to help people in any way that I can. Because with my story, Mom and I like to say we both are enlisted in the war because we have both been through a lot in our lives. And I've always thought that no matter what I go through, I can help people with it. And to know that it helped so many people and that it reached the amount of people that it did, which I never thought it would. It's nice to know that people know that they're not alone, that people can see that even if they are feeling so isolated, which I've felt isolated before, there's someone somewhere out there that knows what you're struggling with. And I think for anyone who's struggling, the most important thing and the bravest thing you can do is to reach out.
I think I have to say there that Dax, I'm so proud of you for that episode. You know, going into the show
And for every day, actually. That episode was a day in her life that's a normal day.
But I'm talking about
Yeah.
sharing it, right?
Oh, yes,
I'm
yes.
saying that when we went on the show and we spoke to my parents, and we obviously knew the struggles you were going to, both grandparents were very much, but don't put Daika out there, because they didn't want her. They didn't want you to be stigmatized. They didn't want the world to know your struggles. And so we went into the show thinking we're not going to talk about the depression and the
Yes.
mental illness, right? And it just so happened that the turn of events of the show led to that. And the timing that you wrote your poem happened to be in the timeline of the show.
Yes.
And that Boys to Men, you wrote that show for the
Yeah.
Boys to Men event, eh?
Yeah.
Happened to be there. And I think it was also like things happen and God's timing is such that we are so happy, and to you as well, Losh, for being a mom that is not worried about the stigma and willing to put yourself out there to help other parents. With the amount of moms that we've had that said, my child is struggling, it's
Yes.
okay. As a mom, your first instinct is to protect, and that means to shelter, to nurture, to not tell the world your child is suffering.
Yes.
But then you're isolating your child more. So
Yes.
that takes a lot of bravery from you.
But it's
And you-
because in our house, we truly don't believe there's a stigma. Am I right
Yeah.
in saying that? If you're struggling, that's okay. Everybody is struggling
It's
with
not that we
something.
don't believe there's a stigma. There is a stigma.
Yeah.
But in our house, it's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we had to break the barrier. I think we had to break the barrier with even grandparents, right?
Yes.
Because if both Grandma Naidu and Grandma Chetty had to protect you, they would do that first. And it comes from a maternal instinct. And for all those moms that are choosing not to talk, we understand, it's coming from a point of protection.
Yes. But chatting about it helps you get the help that you need.
Yeah.
It helps you realize you're not alone and you're not the only mom struggling. And the number of moms that have reached out to me and the number of moms that asked, please can I give my child Daika's number and can they have a chat with Daika, which you've spoken to a lot of people,
Yeah.
Daika. It's been amazing. Even people just asking, do you think online is for us? Do you suggest online? What is the way forward? What helped you the most? And there were a lot of things that Daika herself was giving advice on to a lot of people. And it really did break the stigma and open doors, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think also it's not just a kid problem. It's a problem that's happening from adolescence all the way to adulthood, because mental illness, everybody's struggling. The pressures of society, whatever it may be, the rise has increased.
Yes, yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about something lighter. We're going to talk about fashion. So let me just tell you, we had the trip of a lifetime. So can we tell them about our holiday last year and our dream trip? Firstly, we are the biggest Swifties.
Yes.
When we tell you we are the biggest Swifties, you don't understand. We are obsessed.
Yes.
Dashria?
Yes.
Yes.
We win the Taylor Swift quiz. We're at quiz night.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I've been a Swiftie for like forever, and I remember
She
I
converted the whole
converted
family.
the whole family, of
Including
course.
our family.
Yes. So when it was 2 years ago, yeah, about 2 years ago, Taylor Swift started her tour, the Eras tour, and she didn't come to South Africa because no one really comes to South Africa. And I remember being upset about it because I thought like we could never get tickets. And then when the ticket sales started happening for like the American part of the tour, people were not getting tickets. The queues
You
it
could
was-
only get 4
wasn't working,
tickets.
the
You needed to
website
get a
was
code.
crashing.
Yes.
It was a whole episode. So I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna get tickets. I'm never gonna see. And like, if you're gonna go to a Taylor Swift concert, this is
the one to go for.
because it had all of her albums in the concert. So I've cried multiple times
Yes.
about the fact that I was never gonna
Yes.
get Taylor Swift tickets, or yeah. But then my best friend Alexa, her and her mom have the most insane ticket luck ever.
Yeah.
Like they are just like
Yes.
Ticketmaster gods. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
born under a lucky star with
Yes.
tickets.
Yeah, so her mom got tickets one day for London for them.
Yes.
So they went to the London show, and then the next day, also the maximum amount of tickets you can get is 4.
Yes.
She got 4 tickets for London, and then the next day was the Dublin
Yeah.
pre-sale, and she got 4 tickets for us too.
Yes.
So that was like
That was crazy. It was the best day of our lives, right?
that was
We
insane.
were screaming.
So we were at school that day, and now ticket sales are happening throughout the day. So both of us are sitting in every single lesson. We're just thinking, are we getting tickets? Are we getting tickets? Are we getting tickets? I was in history, and my history teacher, I'm looking like stressed now. Now it's the only thing I can think about the entire day. My history teacher asked me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Ma'am, ticket sales for Taylor Swift are today. I don't know if I'm getting them." She goes, "Okay, never mind. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit in your stress." I said, "Okay." Got in the car that day. I asked Mom. First thing we asked Mom, "Do you get tickets?" No.
Well, no, not yet.
No, we don't
Not
get.
yet, not
And there
yet.
were 2 sales that happened. There was only one more sale.
Yeah, they were.
We
We
there
didn't
were
get on the
3
first
sales
sale. Yes.
overall.
Yes.
And she tried the first time, couldn't get anything. Tried
Yeah.
second, couldn't get anything.
Yes.
And then the last time, we were messaging her while she was on the thing, and she was like, "There's only VIP left." And we said, "Just get the VIP. Just get the
Yeah.
VIP."
So,
and then we ended up
We
getting
ended
the
up
tickets.
getting it and going. So it was literally the concert of a lifetime and the trip
Yes.
of a lifetime. But the reason I started talking about that, when I packed my bag and I had my cute little denim jacket wherever I went, Dania told me nobody wears a denim jacket anymore. And I'm like, nobody wears a denim jacket.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It is 2025. Denim jackets happened in 2016.
I like a cute crop denim jacket. Is that not a thing?
You can go over like
Everything you just said is
skirt, jeans, everything.
Denim jackets, firstly were 2016. Secondly, don't even keep you warm. Third of all, nobody has a denim jacket.
And I was like so horrified because I think I'm quite relevant, quite cool, and quite
the dinner has got a little bit of a
stylish.
puffer
Oh, I
sleeve.
can't deal with the puffer sleeve. No,
So they told me that I was not stylish.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness!
Well, they kind of said my denim jacket style was not where it was at.
No, we said I wouldn't wear a denim jacket.
No, yeah, okay. What they said was they would never be caught dead in a denim jacket. So let's talk about fashion. Because Auntie Resh and I are real fashionistas.
No, we are. We
The
are the
OGs.
OGs.
We know it.
Yeah.
Right? So, can we talk about hairstyles?
You can't talk about
Center-
hairstyles with your 2009 bob.
Yeah, if you only
I
saw
did go
that
through a
part,
bob phase. I did go
She
through a
looked like
bob phase.
Cleopatra.
It was in at the time.
Oh yeah, you did go through a bob.
I did go through a bob
Not
phase.
only that, she subjected that same torch on all 3 of us.
You also had a bob.
The Dora haircuts.
Yeah. So, center part or side part?
Center.
Side. Side.
Side?
Sorry, I glitched for a second.
I just do
You are
like-
side.
I-
Mom does your
I
hair.
just- yeah.
So it actually
Okay. Skinny jeans, mom jeans, baggy jeans.
Then- I like flared
Why would
jeans.
no
You
one
like
wears-
flare jeans?
No, but you even know that no one wears skinny jeans.
Even I don't wear skinny
But
jeans.
I think that
Skinny
maybe
jeans
they're
are
making a
making.
comeback.
They are making a
That's what I
comeback
am.
slowly, very
slowly.
reluctantly, and styled very differently. But for at the moment, rather
But
not
I
very.
feel like all the
don't
people
wear
who are wearing skinny jeans right now and saying skinny jeans are making a comeback are all looking like equestrians.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not sure
I
about
don't
that
know.
yet.
Okay, if you had to choose one makeup product that you could not do without, what would it be?
My lip liners. Oh,
Lip liner? So you'll have lip liner and
the-
no lip
what
gloss,
the
just lip
fil-
liner.
yeah. I
Okay.
can go like that. What filter?
Maybelline lifter
That one.
liners.
That one. Oh,
Just
Maybelline
tell them
lifter.
I love it. I actually live for that liner.
because you watch what?
Because I watch Rachel's TikTok, guys.
Rachel's
watch the TikTok.
Yeah.
She'll put you on.
Thank you. We'll put
But
you.
I-
What is your product you can't live without?
I don't even know. Like, I could.
I think yours would be your Laneige.
Yes, Laneige. Oh
Yes.
my god, the lip sleeping mask. I actually, and mine's almost finished.
Shame. So bougie.
Shame.
No, but it's the best lip balm ever.
Zaika?
I like my lip gloss.
Okay. I think if I had to do just one product, I'll do a skin tint.
But then you're just gonna be the skin
Mascara.
tint.
Yeah.
Oh my god, mascara.
Oh yeah, and mascara is your thing,
Mascara
Dania.
is my thing. Mascara is my thing.
Listen, I'm a maker. I can't choose one. I think I'll have to choose a few.
Okay, yeah, we'll give
But
you a pass.
I
We'll
get
give
to
you a
review it so
okay.
I can give you all the best.
Yeah,
So
okay.
fair is fair.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Since you both think you are so relevant With the
So
times,
with the-
you know what I'm saying?
No,
We are so
we know.
relevant.
Even though you post TikToks and everything, we want to test you, see if you'll know the actual words.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
They are so relevant.
We are
We're gonna ask you
relevant.
slang words and
Okay.
you need to tell us what they mean.
Okay,
Okay, first is cap or no cap.
lie or no lie? True or not true?
Okay. Beds.
Bet, bet, B-E-T.
Beds.
Bet.
What is bet?
True.
Bet? No, bet
Real.
is like a response to
A
something.
response
Bet.
to something. Like you respond, okay, bet.
Give me a sentence.
Like say, ask me something, or say
Oh,
like,
I
okay,
see.
we're gonna go for dinner at 5.
Okay, bet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
It's like
basically.
cool, yeah.
We have to explain that once they don't get it.
Stan.
Stan. S-T-A-N.
Yes. Like you stand someone.
Like you don't like someone.
No.
You like someone.
You like someone. Not like. It's
You
like,
tolerate.
No.
Like
Like
you're
you
vibing.
that's three
Like you're
stand.
vibing.
like a no, not vibing.
No.
You're vibing
No,
it.
you're not vibing.
It's
no.
before you vibing.
It's like a celebrity. Like
Oh,
you're
I
stand.
You're a
Oh, like-
stan.
I stand Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Oh, you're a fan.
Yes.
It's a fan.
I
Okay.
stand back. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
What
what
is
is
that?
The word is vibing.
What is vibing?
Vibing is when you are chatting with a little bit of liking but not liking it.
Yes.
Yes,
It's vibing.
People vibe for quite a while, and even if you're vibing and chatting, it doesn't mean you're dating. No, you're very far from dating. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. This hits different.
I love it. It's better than anything I ever had.
Okay, yeah. This one I know you know.
Yes.
Because your friend didn't know, and you're like, how do you not know what that means? Tea.
Gossip.
Gossip.
Spill the tea.
What is a simp?
Oh, a simp is like
My husband. You will kill me. You will kill me.
Your husband don't give
a simp is what we used to say under petticoat government.
What?
They don't understand the terms. They don't understand under petticoat.
It means that your wife, your girlfriend got you controlled.
Yes. Like they upset.
Under petticoat government.
Okay.
You understand? You're under your wife's petticoat.
Please don't explain.
Anyway, my husband
Your
is so
husband is
not
not
a
a
simp.
Not a
He
simp.
doesn't give you. The only compliment dad gives is nice.
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 How do I look?
Nice.
I got 100 on the test.
Nice.
It's
Trevor
like,
on the other hand.
Wait, the other, it's nice.
Oh,
So,
nice. Yeah.
do you like my new hair?
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
you know what?
What does dad say when he thinks you are stupid? Is that allowed to say?
I don't know.
Yeah, if he thinks we say.
Like, why don't you like to drive with dad?
Yeah. What would he say? You're a
That's his line on the road. That is his line on the road.
I said that say that it's too
So Joshua is going for driving lessons and
I'll never drive.
and she's been driving with Losh, right? So the other day she was supposed to drive in a van and I'm like, well, why didn't you drive with dad? She said, I can't drive with dad. He'll call me a chut.
Good.
Nobody would.
Okay, next one. What is ghosting?
Ignoring.
Blue tick.
Okay, now give it like.
Give
What do you mean
the
by
full
ignoring?
situation. Like if I
It's
say
like
someone ghosted me.
I
They just
sent
not
them a
reply.
message and they read it and they didn't respond.
No, but that's amazing.
That's my.
Oh.
It's different.
They
What
didn't
is
even read it.
No, but what,
They didn't
what-
even answer my
wait,
call.
No, listen. Explain the backstory. If I say someone ghosted me, what's the whole scenario?
The whole scenario is that they act like a ghost, like they can't see you. They're Caspering you.
Yeah.
You know Casper?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're ignoring you.
Words.
Yeah.
But it's like you're vibing with someone,
You vibing.
And
and
they,
then they just
Oh,
ghost you.
ghosting is mising in a relationship.
yes,
Yes,
yes. Right.
But it
okay.
doesn't have to be mizing. They can also just
They
like.
can also just stop answering.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, we know that problem.
You should be someone when you're with all the
Yeah.
Why isn't me?
Somebody is ghosting Yanka.
The words get thrown. My dad said anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect.
Okay, last one. What does Delulu mean?
Delusional. And Delulu is not the Delulu.
I think we've got different views on that.
Yeah. Are we relevant? Are we
You're
relevant?
pretty
To an
relevant.
extent. To an
You
extent,
just don't know
yes.
what ghosting is.
Yeah, who doesn't know what ghosting is? You ever been ghosted?
So,
It's because
I've never been ghosted. We never had
Oh.
text. We never had cell phones.
Yeah.
Nobody could ghost us.
just
No
avoid
one could
them.
ghost us. You know, the other day the girls were asking me, so if you were going to leave somewhere, so they all had all of their friends on 360, live 360, right? So they know exactly the time the person's leaving home, the time they're going to Gateway, whatever's going on. So they're like, when they decide they're going to go to Gateway and they're going to be there at 3 o'clock, they will know, now everybody's late because nobody left their house yet. And they'll say, no, let's leave in 15 minutes. And I'm like, so they're like, what did you used to do? I'm like, somebody said they're going to be at 3 o'clock. You go to the workshop or the wheel at 3 o'clock. And you
The
hope.
workshop or the wheel?
That's the places we used to go.
The
That was like Gateway.
It was like the Gateway, the
Yeah.
malls at the time that we used to go to.
okay.
And you hope for the best that you see the person that you are.
No, and they were always there on time.
They were always
Nobody
there.
was late.
We never lost anybody.
But it would have been easier to ghost you back then.
It would have been
so
easier
easy
to
to
ghost
ghost.
you.
No one goes
If
to
you,
that.
like, you see them, you just walk the other way.
Yeah, yeah.
You just ignore them.
Okay, guys, I think it's time to eat the cupcakes.
Let's go. And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us on our podcast.
Yeah, and we want to wish you guys all the best in your matric year. We know we're going to be proud of you girls.
Absolutely.
Until the next episode, this was Double Dose Podcast.
See you next time.